Hey Shivangi, Daphne here. Thank you for sending in your next essay. So we've got the final task 2 and your second task 1. That's great. I'm sorry if you don't feel there was enough variety. It's very difficult to include everything in when you've only got 2 corrections. Um, I suppose you could have chosen your own. You choose ones that are, that maybe you like. Um, I think this is actually quite difficult because I think it's hard to know what to say. Recently, a student of mine had a pie chart comparison in her test, so that might be worth looking at. I know on the website we have some examples of those, comparing 2 pie charts, in which case you would describe them and then compare. So here you're really describing what you can see, causes of land degradation, and you've got these 4. So start off really nicely here. The given pie chart illustrates significant causes for land degradation. Okay, now we could maybe paraphrase this causes of land degradation. Try not to use the same words that are in the text. So illustrate significant reasons why land has been damaged. Because remember, I know this is a kind of more economic or whatever type question, but it is a language exam. So I'm looking for paraphrasing immediately here. Okay. Overall, the main culprit for barren land, I love that, the main culprit for barren land is, so singular verb here, overgrazing and deforestation. Oh, sorry, then my apologies, main culprits. You want plural here then are, okay, overgrazing and deforestation, while the other factors contribute the least. Rather than repeating the verb are, I would just go contribute the least, make contribute into the verb. Overcultivation is neither the highest nor the lowest. I think that's a bit of a strange sentence. Because you can't, I mean, that's not really saying to me much. So you could say while overcultivation of land I would say maybe sits or is just is less, it's too comparative, less than that, less than the reason for worry overcultivation. Sorry, how do you mean overcultivate? Sorry, I'm going backwards here. How do you mean is neither the highest or lowest? Because you've said overcultivation. Oh, sorry, yeah. Overgrazing. My fault, reading it. Oh dear. Overcultivation on the land is less than overgrazing, but higher than deforestation. You're just giving me that overview there. Okay, I think to say it's neither the highest or the lowest is a little bit in between. Okay? And also here you've got the chance to use while as a connecting word and is less than but higher, which is quite nice on the grammatical structures there. Overgrazing here just accounts for 1/3, which contributes to the most important reason for yes, while other factors. Now this was a little bit complex. While other factors, you'd have to put commas in here, which are the least in numbers, contribute to ruin the land at less than 1/10. Okay, well, and I also would put in here in contrast. It's very important that the examiner can see where you're going. You've made a lovely long sentence here, but without the commas and without in contrast, it is quite hard to understand the comparison that you're making. So make sure you're really accurate on that. Deforestation, okay, accounts for 30%, which is slightly less than overgrazing by animals Good. Okay. Yeah, lovely. Just over 25% of this destruction is caused or is attributed to overcultivation, which you could say overusing the land by crops, which is 2% less than cutting of trees. Good, in scale. Okay. Cutting of trees, there's a significant difference, about 30% between other factors. So the most important factor. Yes, I feel you've said that to me about 3 times there. You said that here, and you said that here. Okay. So let's go back to the cutting trees. You could make a lovely sentence, something like, while deforestation, well, these 3 factors together. Yeah. So group these and then contrast it to that. While overcultivation, deforestation, and overgrazing account for over 90% of the total, yeah, it is significant that other reasons are less than 7 or 7. So rather than just mentioning that again, because you've already mentioned it, group it together and then contrast it. Okay, but you've got nice language in there. Just watch out on the repetitions. I know, as you say, it doesn't look that difficult, but I think in a way it's quite difficult to make to say enough on one slate map. But check out the comparisons of pie charts as well. And Ben and I have also done some podcasts on that you might find useful. And so task achievement, yeah, my advice on task achievement is read the question really carefully and make sure you absolutely understand the keywords in the question. So nowadays computer education is compulsory for young learners in school. Okay, so you're taking this as a given. It is compulsory. May not be where you are or where I am, but this is the fact they're giving you. Do you think it's necessary? So that should be 1 paragraph. Or will children acquire these naturally? That should be your second paragraph. Opinion and reasons. So when you're doing your planning, that's how you would plan it. Only 3 minutes, doesn't matter, but just put down your ideas. In this fast-paced world, there's a state of flux in the way children learn in schools. Lovely. Information technology has been adopted in the school curricula. Good. So, let's connect it together. So primary school children may be given classes to hone their computer skills. Very nice. You can put so even, emphatic. I believe that computer training in school will help children in later years of their lives. Good. You've got your opinion. Lovely. However, some believe that, so think about who these some might be. Some parents, some critics, some teachers believe that these skills may sometimes be learned from various sources other. May, I would say, rather than may, I know I love may, but I would say are frequently already learned from. Okay, so I would say some parents or some educators argue, so rather than believe, because you've got believe there, I would go argue, these skills are frequently already learned from various sources other than school. Make this contrast between the 2 points of view in the question. This essay will present the reasons, yes, present reasons, and I would say using examples from. And tell me where your examples are going to come from. You don't need this because you've already told me what you think. Okay? Computer education has made its way into the school curriculum, which is a unique example of modernization. Very nice. Love that. Good work. In school, teachers are well trained and equipped to impart computer skills to the younger, now you can't have just either to young children or to the youngest or to even the youngest of children. Well, we had here even. These are your emphatic sort of making your point. This way, they get computer knowledge of the subject and become more efficient in using computers from a young age. Okay. In this way, you'd have to have. In this way, or through this learning, youngsters rather than, yeah, all right, they, okay. Acquire. We don't get knowledge, we acquire comprehensive knowledge of the subject and become more efficient in using computers. So you've already said young age. You don't need that, but you might tell me why. Yeah, using computers and understanding their capacity. In Australia, for instance, children are given formal computer training right from primary years, from maybe their primary years, and these children have exhibited confidence in handling them. Now, here you don't need to repeat because it's this, and software in later stages of high school, and then benefiting. Okay, so you've got this lovely example. Children are giving formal computer training right from their primary years, and these children have exhibited competence in handling software in later stage of school. Okay, yeah, I was going to say benefiting them and carrying on, but actually that sentence is long enough, so let's stop that without getting it too confusing. If schools would have IT as a subject, children would have struggled. Hang on, watch out on that condition. Now, you could put here, you've put if schools would have had. In a conditional like this, so you're trying with a third conditional, you need a negative. If schools had not had IT or did not have, yeah, you can't have would in both sides on the conditional. This is the problem. So your if sentence doesn't have would. So if schools did not have IT as a subject or had not had IT as a subject, children would have struggled. Okay, so that's really nice. I like the second half. So they're simple. You've got to go the past perfect. If schools had not had, yeah, the children would have struggled. Or I think more logically, actually, given your argument, I go second conditional. If schools did not have IT as a subject, children would struggle with technology because they do have it. So you're suggesting a hypothetical if they didn't. And I hope that's clear. Check out those second conditionals. Third is we don't use it very often, to be honest. In addition, learning computers in school may inspire children to take up computing in their profession. Good. Now, may inspire. This is inspire. I aspire to something as that I want it. This is inspire children to take up computing as their profession later in lives. When young children are taught computer science in an enjoyable and innovative way, they sometimes start enjoying the subject. I'd say they often, and hence are motivated to study it in high school or university. Good, very nice. This can further be explained when in southern states, so capital maybe letters, if it's a kind of in the southern states of India, where computer education was imparted right from an early age, comma, watch out on the punctuation, is really important. Graduates from that particular region were, plural verb, mostly from okay, and now that state is known as the Silicon Valley. How funny, I didn't know that. And I would definitely go Silicon Valley, capital letters of India. Lovely example. And so that's very, very good so far. You're answering the question, you're on topic. However, okay, rather than some people this is just repetition of the intro. You don't need that sentence. Let's make every sentence worthwhile. However, it is undeniable that a child who is always surrounded by technology will pick it up automatically. Yeah? So go straight into this big topic sentence. You don't need that introductory sentence. This is pick up computer science while they're using it at home. Okay, as they have a good sense of understanding. Okay? This natural form of learning by experimenting and self-teaching as the very self can be highly satisfactory, as many children find, I can't spell, sorry, access to such Technology, not only simple, but they are able to explore and learn easily and in class. Something like that, which is reinforcing that point you're making. Have a knack of doing so too informal. Pick it up is also a little bit informal. I would say they acquire, they learn. In conclusion, now, this is a bit short. One cannot deny the importance of learning everything. Okay, in school, and I will put here in school, which, so I think that's repetitive. I was going to say which additionally ensures that students learn about computer safety. I think you need to bring in computer safety here, because when they're learning here, they may not be safe learning. So that would bring that point into my conclusion. And you need to have to say, I believe that, again, in your conclusion. Okay, so it's taken you a long time. I'm not surprised. It's a very good essay. I think you could cut down this paragraph a lot. I mean, if you look at the balance of this paragraph compared to this this long paragraph compared to this, it's quite imbalanced. I try and get both your paragraphs similar. Some of it's just repetition, Shivangi. So I think definitely when you edit, cut out that repetition. Make sure you have 3 minutes at the end to go over and check all these things. Okay, your question. When we agree one side, it's important to discuss the other side. Yes, it is. Absolutely. I know, 40 minutes. I know. So make it shorter, make it more precise. But you absolutely must. Not always, okay? But you must discuss it at some point. Here it's very obvious that you should. Is it necessary, or will they acquire these skills naturally? You absolutely must do one paragraph with each. Yeah. So which you have, but I think you could expand that, and I think you could cut that. So if you look into your example is super long. Yeah. So tidy up this example. I mean, it's been, a recent newspaper article showed that students who graduated from a certain part of India had computer knowledge from an early age, and they contributed to making this Silicon Valley. I mean, that's quite long, but I think you can tidy that up. You can do it. I'm absolutely convinced you can do it, but I think keep practicing, okay, as much as you can, and I hope the corrections have been useful for you. Go back on them and just use them, because I think that really can help you improve. And obviously, we want our feedback to be useful. All right, I'll see you on Saturday. And that would be great to do the mock together. Thank you so much for agreeing to that. I think that's going to be really fun.